Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of the Clipper Nation. Thank you for joining us for February's community call. Today is February 29th, a ghost day, if you will, a day that only shows up once every 4 years. And we have a lot to go through. I am joined by Jeremy, who is part of the shipyard software internal team and an important rank member, as all members are equal, of the Clipper community. How are you doing today, Jeremy?
I'm doing great. We've got a lot of exciting things to go through, so I'm really pumped to share this stuff with the community.
Yeah, and thanks. To those of us watching on recording, it's just going to be a screen share. You can see the beautiful Clipper redesign up on my screen. I actually want to take a few moments to go through that, but you don't get to see our faces today. Too bad for you, but happy. But maybe some people will like that. Jeremy, I wanted to ask you about February 29th. I had an interesting conversation with a friend of mine who is started a business, is doing quite well, got some funding rounds. But he talked about February 29th as if it was a free day. Him and his wife, they say it doesn't matter. So they go and get a tattoo on that day. He considers it a vacation. What's your thoughts on February 29th? Is it just another day or is it something special for you?
I certainly think it depends on where you are in your funding and raising. If you've already secured your funds, that it's an extra day. If you're still pumping for that next round, then it's a day that you can get a little extra work in.
Yeah, hilarious. I mean, here we are grinding because we're just trying to make Clipper sail through those stormy seas. Got to always have someone at the wheel, right?
That's right. Yeah, I've been on calls with a number of people in DeFi who are out in Denver, which is great. Glad that they can get out to ETH Denver. Um, and when they ask if we're out there, I say no, we're at home building. We'll
Yeah.
be
Is ETH
we'll be
Denver
at ETH Denver
happening
with a big. It is. It's happening right now.
right
Yeah.
now? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
just in Denver. I should have stayed a couple extra days.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Sure.
love
DJs out there.
Barbarossa, by the way, in chat with his emojis.
Oops.
I feel like he's right there with us just through his text usage. So that's great. Let's get into it though. We're going to be talking about Base Network. We're talking about airdrops. We're talking about veSAIL. We're talking about perhaps new products coming in the future. Bond. I'm going to walk through my OP claim on the air, even though it looks like I'm having a little audio output capture problems. Even though it looks like MetaMask is down, but we're going to give it a try anyway. So the first thing I'd like to talk about is I'm sharing the Clipper redesign. Can you talk a little bit about the landing page and the process, why it changed, what's new, what are the thoughts about it? I mean, it looks great. I love the art, but what are our thoughts here?
Hey, sorry about that. My phone picked up my Discord real quick and and booted me off.
I was wondering what that
Um,
was, but you're back?
I'm back. Yeah. The idea behind the landing page is just to make the value prop uh, clearer, crisper for especially new LPs looking into Clipper, trying to understand what the main differentiators are between us and other dexes. We get a lot of traffic through the homepage. A lot of people are clearly curious about what it is that we're doing, and a lot of people in the space have heard about Clipper, and that's no surprise. We run a lot of different campaigns trying to build awareness. And those have, of course, put our name out there. Then when people come to the landing page, we thought, all right, let's in the very first snapshot that people get of what Clipper is, really unpack why Clipper is fighting for them and how Clipper is the best place to park their funds and see a higher return than they would in other dexes.
Right.
There's this kind of back and forth that goes on in conversation with LPs where they say, well, are your returns all in tokens? It's like, nope, no, they're not. And then they say, okay, what about permanent loss? Saying, no, we take what you would get in permanent loss and we build it back into your APY view of what your earnings are because we think that's an important differentiator for us. We also had a lot of people that were asking, well, hey, can you give us the docs sooner? And we said, great, we'll put a link right there at the top for you.
Thank you.
Uh, and we wanted to make sure that people understood the strategy behind how Clipper is actually making money for LPs. And it's really a pretty basic strategy in terms of investing, and that's just arbitrage.
How
We
Clipper
take
Clipper is.
information
Yep.
off chain and we essentially lock in better prices for people on chain using that information so that nobody can jump in front of you take that information and cut into your profits.
Right. Other dexes just want to incentivize trades. They don't care if you have the good end or the bad end, but Clipper likes to take the good end of the trade, which
That's
makes
right,
sense.
and they only care about volume, which means they're gonna bring in a lot of toxic flow that we're not going to have that we're not going to expose you to as an LP here.
That's great. Well, I'm sure that the Clipper and everyone who's involved in making the homepage is quite proud of it. I think it's beautiful. So great job. I'm happy about it. Put the value prop right front and center. It's very intelligent. So honestly, we've kind of a list of announcements about what's been going on through February. So I'm just going to run through them, Jeremy, and
Yeah,
one
let's
at a
go.
time. And you just tell me what is important for our users to know. So first, I know we've had a Admiral Dow proposal for a while trying to get us on Base Network, and it was passed. So it sounds like we are going to be launching on Base Network, but it hasn't happened yet. Can you talk a little bit about what needs to happen before we're on Base Network, and also
Yes.
just what does it even mean to be on Base Network? Is that sale on Coinbase, or is it we're going to be using? We'll just launch a new network on the Clipper GUI, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so it's going to be another network that Clipper is active on. So the same way that right now you can click through Arbitrum, Polygon, ETH mainnet, Mantle. I'm missing one.
Optimism, Polygon,
Optimism.
Arbitrum, yeah.
You'll be able to get onto Base L2. So Coinbase is L2, and then you'll be if you have any funds in that on that L2, you'll be able to deposit with Clipper. And Clipper will also then be able to serve as a solver on those networks, which is another key differentiator for us. So that again, we're the retail front end for pirates, for people who want to come here and be an active member of the community and really value what we're doing here at Clipper exclusively. But we also want to make sure that we're improving the network for everyone that's operating in DeFi. And part of that is just being active on other networks and ensuring that as funds are flowing through those networks, that we're capturing the volume and making sure that better prices are flowing throughout the whole DeFi infrastructure.
So do you want to talk about what it means to be a solver?
Yeah, I mean, real simply, what it means is networks that are moving funds around are looking for ways to complete trades. And so what they'll do is they'll say to dexes or other solvers, you complete trades all day. If we route some trades through you, you can compete for those trades. If you have the best price on those trades, we'll move the trade through your protocol. You can service the trade, and then the trader at the other end gets the best price.
Right.
Clipper is extremely competitive every time that we're up against other protocols, simply because we have a really good infrastructure, really good backend for routing trades. And we also offer really firm prices. Obviously, we concentrate liquidity around each of those. So at each of those steps, we're able to offer really competitive, or rather, we're able to find more competitive advantages. So we have an extremely high solve rate.
Great. So people route trades through Clipper because we have competitive rates, and what that does, that increases volume for Clipper, which again helps LPs. So
That's right.
all right,
LPs are earning on all that.
yeah, and I see. We have a nice kind of a makes sense comparison on the main page about comparing us to Curve, the Tri Crypto pool, because the mainnet pool is ETH, BTC, and stables. So we're doing better than them. I like that.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. So, what's going on? Why aren't we on Base Network? What are we waiting for?
Well, quite simply because although there is a rep Bitcoin contract on Base Network and it's been tested and now we know it's been audited, they still have not launched it for all consumers. So we are we
they don't
are
know how to
at
use
the
Wrap Bitcoin.
starting line, waiting for the starting gun, and we have been ready for this for the last, I don't know, about 4 weeks or so. It is just at the top of all of our product agendas. The day that it launches, we're going to hit go, and we'll likely be the first DEX live with a product like this on Base L2. So
That's pretty
that's
exciting.
exciting.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's very
little land
exciting. We're just
grab, plant
we're
that
just
flag down.
waiting.
Yeah.
We're just waiting for it to happen. So
Coinbase itself been around since, I don't know, 2015 or so, and you'd think with their big launch of their own L2, who would have thought they don't have wrapped Bitcoin ready to go? What's that about? But
I don't know. And they've had this this contract ready to go since last November. So last November is when we first became clued into uh, this opportunity, and that's one reason we were really excited to put it on the roadmap and to get the DAO's approval on it. At the same time, we can't launch anything until all the assets are there on that network, and so we're just waiting.
Totally.
We've had as many conversations as we can with people who might be close to that information, and nobody's got a date. Nobody knows the launch timing. So
Hilarious.
yeah, we'll
Um,
just see.
all right, let's soldier forward because I know that we both have meetings to go to, so we actually have hard stops because
Yeah.
grinding all the time. But before we move to our next agenda item, I see Ayatunde in chat, who is a very active Clipper member, and he asked, first of all, he's talking about how we're great for blue chips. Like, yes, it's hard to get rug pulled when you're dealing with the blue chip assets, so I love that
Yeah.
mentality. But then he wants to know what your take on ZK Sync is, and I wonder if he means, are we going to be involved in ZK Sync or any of those types of L2s? Any thoughts there?
So personally, I love ZKs. Actually, one of the first things that convinced me that there was a kind of a future on the blockchain was when I was reading papers on zero knowledge proofs and kind of getting my head around how those digital handshakes could happen in a way that was permissionless, in a way that was completely on the up and up, and in a way that then reserved privacy for the person, the party that wanted to have individual piece of information shared, but the rest of it withheld. I thought this is mind blowing and necessary for
Yeah.
the health and safety of all online transactions.
Right. Speed
Um,
too. Speed and security. You thought you couldn't have them both, but here we go.
that's right. Yeah. Well, and then the speed aspect started to be because I think these first papers I was reading was like 2017, 2018, and then the more people worked on them, they said, hey, these are awfully fast as well. So
Yeah.
that's to say, personally, I'm completely on board with everything that is being built around ZKs. In terms of what we're looking to launch, we haven't looked into ZK Sync if this is something that the DAO feels strongly about. However, they can create a proposal. We can
Yeah.
get we can get going. We can move some resources into understanding what it would take to launch on a ZK Sync network.
That is a great segue. Let me see if I can open up. Uh, we do have some new proposals that I want to go through in the end, but also it seems like we've had kind of some fake proposals on here. But let me
I
actually
think
use
we've
the
taken
segue.
down the fake
Yeah,
proposals.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me use the segue to talk about. Look, the DAO decides what is on Clipper's priority pipeline. So post that proposal, get it upvoted, and then make a stink that it needs to go to the top of the priority pipeline, and we'll work
I
on it.
think 35,000 sale or the its equivalent in veSAIL is required to post a proposal. First, go through temp check, and there are a number of templates for posting a proposal, Ayatunde. Um, if you have the sufficient amount of sale, or if there's someone who does that you are able and willing to work with,
Yeah.
then you can post that proposal, and that will go right into there we are, right into the governance process that we have. It'll get voted on eventually in Snapshot, and then uh, the Clipper team is bound to put that into the roadmap and get working on it.
Yeah. So go to anyone post in the proposal submission forum to move it to temperature check, which is phase two. You need to have, like he said, 35,000 sale, or an operator can post for you. And then if it gets an appropriate temperature check here, it goes to snapshot for
Yep.
someone will post it to snapshot. So yeah,
Yep.
we take ownership. You like ZK Sync, make it happen. Let's
That's right.
continue. So I want to go to some exciting stuff. It's actually so disappointing that MetaMask is down right now. I want to do some claiming live on the air. We'll try it again, but it sounds like there is a collab drop and an OP drop that are kind of happening right now. Why don't you
All
tell
right.
us about
So
it?
the OP farmers have been remunerated, and they can go and claim their OP on the Clipper rewards page. Actually, if you scroll down to the bottom in the footer,
Oh, it's on the main page now too. All right, let's scroll down to the bottom. Let's go to rewards. Am I help me find it?
rewards under community, the third one down under
Ah, thank you.
community. Yep, you got it.
Cool, cool.
And there's OP farmers.
Who can collect OP farmers? All right, let's.
Yep, you'll
Gosh,
need to be on
maybe.
the OP.
I mean, MetaMask. This, by the way, is MetaMask down? This is not a. This is a MetaMask issue. Not still down. It's not just you, but so yeah.
Bummer.
So I would connect, and it would take me to that claim page, and I assume the claim page will tell me how much I'm. It's flat. Is that right? Or am I mistaken there?
For OP farmers, no, it's proportionate.
Proportion. Okay, well, I'm about to
Yeah,
get a nice
OP
little,
farmers is
I'm gonna get a
proportionate.
nice little Jimmy up in there. So
That's
looking
right.
forward to it. MetaMask,
So I
come
know we
back as
teased
fast as
this. We teased
possible.
this 2 airdrops back in December,
Yeah.
but the complexities behind running 2 different snapshots, because some people were carrying over to the other, led us to decide let's just wait until the farming contract is deprecated, is sunsetted, at which point everyone will just get one global, and there it is. So if you have deposited into the OP farming contract, which I think was launched the 3rd of August, and then was sunset a little over a week ago, then you have rewards to claim
Great.
proportionate to the duration and amount that you deposited.
So if you're in the OP farming contract, you're gonna get a portion of that 40,000 OP, which I mean, considering it looks like we might be in a bull market, that OP is pretty nice right now. So that's exciting.
Speaking of,
Yeah, let's hear it. What does
look
that
at
segue
the
into, my
collab
friend?
token price.
Yeah. Is Collab
Because
doing well? I haven't
it's, I
looked.
mean, it's popping up. Let's not call it doing well.
Sure,
Let's just
sure.
say
It's more than
it
it
is
was.
popping up at the moment. It's
Yeah.
it's definitely more than it was. We took a snapshot back in November of early veSAIL holders because we wanted to reward people who had staked early, especially as it certainly required a lot of faith, I think, in the project at the time to say, okay, great, I'm going to double down on SAIL as an asset. We are going to take the remaining collab that we have, which is something stonking, like 1.5 million collab.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that is being distributed evenly to that early snapshot of veSAIL token holders. So it's going to work out to something like 120-ish USD at current collab prices to each of those holders.
That's pretty nutty.
Uh,
All you had to do is stake some SAIL and you're getting 120 bucks, which personally I'm going to convert from Collab right back into SAIL. So
Yeah, and what we definitely want to signal is that veSAIL is a very good place to hang out if you're looking for future airdrops from Clipper.
all right.
And there is, as you said already earlier, some OP left in the Clipper kitty to distribute to the community as incentive rewards, and we feel like staking on Clipper is an excellent thing to incentivize.
So a
So
little alpha for you out there if you're looking, if you're an
the
airdrop
people who are
farmer.
listening
Yeah.
and watching can,
Stake your
that's
SAIL,
right.
tell your friends, and let's get into that kitty, if you
And
will.
we've almost doubled the number of stakers since that early snapshot. So certainly people are coming around to the value of staking their sale. And I definitely want to get to the VE sale contract sometime in this discussion, just because I know there's been a lot of questions about the staking mechanism.
Yeah,
Uh,
actually, let's do that right now. In fact, before
okay,
this
cool.
call, one of our wonderful kind of power users, Garmian, was asking questions about, in the last 2 calls we've addressed how does the stale staking rewards go, what's going
Mhm.
on with how is it funded, what's the exchange rate. So maybe you can walk us through the most current iteration and the kind of current what you need to know to be a proper VE sale or staking sale holder.
Yeah, so there were questions, I think, that were first raised in December about whether or not the VE sale contract was functioning as it should. I went through personally and audited every single transaction on that contract to make sure that the staking rewards were being paid out as expected. And while they did take some time, I can confidently report to the community that the VE sale contract is functioning exactly as it should. And if you go to the contract address, well, here I can send this to you. You can see that there are transactions inbound transactions to the VE sale contract that are representative of Clipper's revenues, so that we are, as promised, routing those revenues to the market to buy SAIL and then to move that SAIL into the veSAIL contract.
Can you shoot me
The
that link so
latest
I
of
can
those,
pop it up on
yeah, I
screen?
can.
No,
The
because I
latest of
couldn't
those
find it, but if
happened
you have it, I'll just take it.
today. I do have it, yeah. And you can look out for more like it. So here I'm pulling the transaction right now,
And
and I'll
IU2
shoot
Day
that over
asked
to
us
you.
to repeat the alpha. So it's kind of two parts. First is if you were staked veSAIL, if you stake SAIL and you held veSAIL, you are entitled to the collab drop. And the bit of alpha is that veSAIL is a good place supporting Clipper when people are looking for future airdrop rewards. Staking SAIL is probably a good bet there because it shows significant support for the Clipper DEX. All right, veSAIL being
And
funded.
wait, and the other part is there are two parts to that. The first is we took a snapshot in November of early veSAIL token holders. There were a little bit over 100 at that time, and they're going to be rewarded with the remaining collab that we have. And then there are plans, I cannot say when, for a second snapshot for veSAIL holders to receive some of the OP that we're required to give out to the community to incentivize activity on Clipper.
Pretty exciting. And the link that Jeremy just provided me is sort of the proof that Clipper revenue is going right back into that veSAIL is being funded by Clipper revenue. So 666,000 SAIL tokens just go right back into the contract. That happened 40 minutes ago. So that's going to probably affect the exchange
Yeah,
rate, I suppose.
that's the most recent, and then you can look out for more like that, right? So this is just a way for the community to make sure that they can see into those transactions, because obviously Clipper revenue is DAO revenue, that's community funds, and the current use of those is
Yeah.
to fund that VE sale contract.
And Risky Jambalaya says, so Collab is on Optimism. That is correct. And Risky says that some people have staked on Safe Wallet, so not sure how it works for them. I guess we'll see. I mean,
Hmm.
when did the OP claim? Did it just go live? So I'm sure we'll, if
The
people
OP
have
claim went
staked, yeah,
live
if
last week.
if people were in the farming contract and they didn't get their cash, I'm sure we'll hear about it. So we'll find out.
Yeah, the link to check the drop that we showed
Yeah,
is clipper.exchange slash
Clipper.exchange
app slash
community. Yeah,
rewards
rewards.
or reward.
Yeah.
Let me make sure I got
Clipper.exchange.
that right.
I'll pop that in here. But you can go to Clipper.exchange, scroll down to the bottom, go to
Yeah, slash
community.
app slash rewards.
Yeah. All right. So let's continue on with, we had mentioned that holding veSAIL, aka staking SAIL, is a great way to show your support for Clipper DEX and also earn a pretty return.
I was gonna say, and get some pretty good
Yeah,
upside for
it's
your
not
stay.
just, it's not
Yeah,
selfless here.
it's not charity.
But it sounds like I
I
think,
I have, and you can check this. I have all of my sales staked,
yeah.
so
Well,
it's not, I wouldn't ask someone to do something that I wouldn't myself
God, I
do.
wish MetaMask was working. I mean, I'm holding a big old bag of stake sale. I'm pretty happy about it. But it sounds like I don't actually know if there's a proposal up. We'll go through it. Why don't I pull up the proposals actually? But it sounds like there may be a new product offering for ways to deal with your sale. Can you talk about that? I'm talking about I don't know if I want to call it a bond, but the kind of bond like vehicle.
Yeah, so there's something called the bond protocol, and what we realized is that given the depth of liquidities right now, which is pretty shallow for sale, that the transaction costs of purchasing sale could be deterring people from coming into the token. So instead, we found an alternate way to allow people to purchase the token without the slippage from the transaction costs associated currently with it. And the answer was to set up a sale. It's called bond on bond protocol,
Yep.
and then guarantee after 6 months a sale return on that sale purchase. It was set initially at 20%. I think because of price movement, that might be a little bit lower right now, but it's still a very good deal for people who are looking to purchase SAIL. You can go directly to that protocol link, which we will share out It should have been in the proposals, but regardless, I'll share it directly after
Yeah.
this call.
So it
Um,
should be here. It should be on the Admiral Dow proposals.
well, I don't know if it had graduated. I know that
Yeah.
I think Captain T put it up in temp check. So if it
Yeah.
hasn't
Let's look at the
graduated
temp
yet,
check,
then
but I'm not
it'll
sure
be
who's
there.
putting it up.
What
Let's
we've
actually take a
launched is a
look.
test to make sure that these things work. And then once the DAO votes, then we will kind of scale up the program. But the idea is give people direct access to purchase sale. And then after 6 months and that bond purchase of sale matures, they get their sale back plus a sale kicker.
Great. So don't have slippage. Lock your sale up similarly to, but with a longer lockup period than
Yeah.
the VE sale, which has no lockup, and get a
Yeah, which is a
guaranteed
set
return.
lockup period and
Set lockup.
get a yeah and get a guaranteed return. Correct.
I have to
And
say
the
that.
idea is you have access to sale without all the current transaction costs and market movement that people experience.
Well, we got to talk to T because I'm not seeing it in here in the proposal submission form or the temp check.
Mm.
So I'm going crazy here.
You know
But
what? I'll be chatting with T
yeah,
in a couple hours, so
yeah,
I'll bring
we'll
it up
get
to
it up
him.
there. Will it be on the bond protocol finance page
It
yet, or
will.
it's not live yet?
Uh, Let me double back and check. I was told that it's up and live by someone on our team. If it's not discoverable there, well, look, yeah. So top right, Clipper sale. I
Oh,
see
look
it.
at that!
Yeah,
Heck
it's live.
yeah! Oh, that's sick, dude. Well, I'll tell you what. And look, we have an issuer too. As soon as I have a lot of, I just got a little drop of sale, and it's not staked yet, so I'm gonna pump all that into here. Maybe I could be the first bond person on it, or can we see if people have already done it? I'm not sure. That's pretty exciting though. All right, well, let me drop this in here in chat. And gas is expensive. Noman says he'll stake tomorrow. So check that out. Bond protocol and get yourself a sale bond. I also
Yeah,
saw.
and we will be sharing that around Discord. Obviously, we want to make sure that everyone sees this, gets to vet it themselves, but also gets to receive the upside of that sale kicker if that's something they're interested in.
Cool stuff. And Nomon actually reminded me, he talked about many projects created their official profile in DBank, and I think Clipper should create one too for wider adoption. I love that
Oh, that's
idea,
great.
Jeremy.
Yeah.
But maybe is that something that we could have the Clipper community take ownership of and make happen themselves?
Yeah, there really is no blocker for that. Yeah, I don't see any reason why someone in the community can't set that up. If it's a wallet address issue, then I can facilitate. They can just reach out to me directly via Discord.
Nomon, make it happen, man. I think I remember in the past that Nomon's done some has already done some DBank work. So
So yeah, we did do an outreach campaign to debank whales recently, and didn't hear very much back. Basically, just introducing them to Clipper Decks, walking them through the blue chip opportunity that we're providing. A number of them said, thumbs up, but no back and forth. So, no mind if you have any hacks for how to get attention or how to get people interested in us on debank, I am all ears.
yeah, I feel like he got a couple proposals passed that got certain things listed on DBank for us. So
Nice.
keep that up. Let's make that happen. All right. The next part of the call is going to be, I wanted us to just go through and do live claims. So there was another Sushi Furo unlock recently. I was getting my OP claim and my collab claim, but thanks to thanks MetaMask, we can't do that. So let's just pop on to some more community stuff. And then I think we can call it a day. So what I'm going to do is I want to, first of all, thank Captain MEN, who sort of runs our calendar as well as community events and stuff. And he runs our announcements
Shout out
too.
to
Oh,
MEN
yeah,
always.
the best. So our last call is January 29th. So I'm just going to quickly run through the February announcements and you tell me if there's anything that you want to talk about. So first off, on February, this is the January community call update. The PPC, so the January, let me make this a little bigger actually on the screen. Does that work? Oh, here's how we'll do it. We'll watch it on the browser and make it really big like this and go to announcements. So PPC is a way to get paid for your contributions. So go through your announcements and, this is like, are you participating in quizzes? Are you participating in calls? Are you making tweets? Are you promoting the service? So go there, get credit for your work, if you will, and we like to reward our users. So that's a Captain T and MEN program, and thank you for that. Make sure that you're involved. In the middle of February, we had an AMA with Click. I was out of town that week, actually, Jeremy. So I actually would love to hear how did the AMA with Click go? What happened in it? I need to watch it. I forgot about it. I was out of town having the time of my life.
Yeah, I mean, we just had a great conversation about what it is to build in this space, why we find it helpful to build on networks like OP, and Click is building some really, really cool attribution use cases, and we're going to partner up with them. Kind of next opportunity we all get to bring some of their tools into the Clipper community and use it for outreach and probably for referrals.
Yeah, it's a great partnership, right? Because Clipper's pretty prominent in optimism. And then when Click has done the 2 campaigns with us that they've done so far, it also bumped the usage on Clipper and Optimism. So we're already big users. It went even more. And it looks like we were the first position in the DEX competition. So we planted our flag in optimism, and let's also now go get base. So that's pretty fun. So thanks, MEN, for the write-up on that. It reminds me I need to look through and actually watch it. So next up is a message from T about the battle for treasure. Much like PPC, this is a way to kind of get credit for being involved in Clipper. So this is it's like a puzzle in how to get money unlocked from a safe wallet. And so if you don't know about it, check your announcements and see if you can get yourself a share of that treasure. And we know, MEN's talking about OP core pool. The farming contract was sunset, as you know, and we have the airdrops that are live. And here are the most recent Clipper proposals. We have the lockup. How long should the lockup period be? And then the expansion to Binance Smart Chain, which that one passed. And now we're trying to figure out how long the lockup period should be. So go take part in that, and let's figure out how long this lockup should be. And of course, the airdrop is live, and more PPC stuff. So the main reason I went through announcements just to kind of tell you what's been going on through the last month, but I actually wanted to highlight his most recent announcement, MEN's most recent announcement, which is the monthly community poll as well as the quizzes. So scroll down to the community poll, which is in Start Here, and make sure to answer these questions about, what you like and don't like about the Clipper community. So we're talking about how well is the Discord server? How well are the updates? How well are these community calls? We look at the numbers for the feedback and we see how well we're doing. So please make sure to fill out the community poll. And then just to be a portion of, just to be an actual member of our society, a Clippers in, if you will, make sure to check out the monthly quiz. That happened this morning and they're fun. He drops out questions. You can increase your knowledge, earn points, and maybe even submit them for PPC. So it's fun. It's just kind of a way to learn and also be a part of the community. We'll make sure. It's funny that this community call happened right after the monthly quiz. Next time we'll do it right before, and we'll see if we can get users to come in. In fact, maybe we should even join the 2 events. Go straight from the community call into the monthly quiz. So this is just a shout out to MEN, Captain T, Nomon, Barbarossa, Risky Jambalaya, Rusty. You guys are doing Captain Garmian, PM Sis. I mean, the names, it's really lovely to see really dedicated members to the Clipper community. And hopefully you're seeing the fruits of your labor, because Clipper seems to be doing pretty well, and it's only going to go up from here, in my opinion. So, is there anything I'm missing that you want to talk about before I say thank you? One more thank you to everyone, and we move on with our day.
I just think keep your eye on the space. We've got a lot of really cool stuff launching, and obviously as we're rolling out rewards to the community, we just want to make sure that the people who are the most active, who've really been behind this project for the longest, and are supporting in all the ways that the community has been supporting the project, are being properly rewarded for that.
Love the support. Stake your SAIL. Go out, buy a SAIL bond. I don't know if that's the actual name of the product, but the bond-like product.
That's
And
right.
keep being involved in the space. Keep your eye on Clipper. We're beating Curve. Let's beat Uniswap. Let's beat everyone. To the top, baby. To the moon. Let's go
Let's
sail on the
go.
moon. Thank you, Jeremy, for your time. Thank you to everyone who joined us. And I'm going to say goodbye and post this thing on YouTube.
Love
Bye,
it.
everyone.
Thanks, everyone.